everyone, welcome back to another match reaction. England have just beaten Switzerland to give them a seat in the semi-finals of the Euros. Let's get into it. Let's talk about England now. I don't know if you remember, in one of my videos I always felt that England were going to reach the finals regardless of who we drew. I believe that England were going to reach the final. Whether they were going to win it or not, I just felt maybe they were not going to go over the line, but I was confident they were going to reach the final. And today I think has shown me why I believe England will reach the final. There's only one player to talk about today, and that is Saka. This guy has been on so much criticism for no flipping reason. The way people have been disrespecting this guy, suggesting he plays left back, left wing back, everything, I mean, under the sun. I mean, Saka was being, by the pundits here, telling him, you know, people saying he should be playing left back, left wing back, every position here. And, you know, I find it so disrespectful when, you look at one of the best right wingers in the league, one of the best right wingers in the world, and you're telling him to go play left back. I mean, that's almost like an insult to accommodate who? Cole Palmer. And I'm not saying anything against Cole Palmer, but if you're gonna display Saka from right wing to accommodate a player, that player better be flipping Messi or Prime Ronaldo. There ain't no way Saka should be playing left back to accommodate Cole Palmer. I mean, it was ridiculous, the amount of criticism that was coming from this guy's way. And I'm so happy here because we're at the point we were losing. We needed a player to step up. No one was stepping up. Every single player was too afraid to take that shot, to make anything worth. No one was willing to drive forward. And up came Saka. And how many times have we seen Saka step up when we needed a player to step up? He did it last season for Arsenal, and this time for England he did it. And that's one thing about Saka. He doesn't just perform for Arsenal, he also performs for his national team. And I think that's what really makes the top players. The top players are those players that don't only perform in the club, they also perform for the national team. And Saka is slowly becoming into really is getting involved in those discussions about world-class players. Now I'm not saying he's world-class yet, but there is a conversation to be held about him. Because when you start performing both levels, both international and both club level, you start becoming into that discussion. And I don't want to all talk about Saka because, I just had to talk about it because of the criticism. But in terms of England stuff, I do think this new 5 at the back system, I think it suits England. Honestly, I don't think we played that bad. I think first off, I do think we had the more clearer chances. You could see in the first half our clear outlet was Saka, and there was many chances where there was a few cutbacks, but unfortunately it just didn't land to anyone's feet, or the players weren't there at the right time. And then second off, I think John Stones, he was very unlucky with that deflection. But honestly, I don't think England played that bad. When you look at international, I always say international football, so tournament football, yeah, doesn't matter how you play, doesn't matter this tiki-taka attractive football. All that matters is you get the win. You look at France yesterday. France are in the semi-final. Apparently they haven't scored a open play goal in the whole tournament, and then the semi-final. So that's what I'm saying. It's like, I think a lot of fans need to accept that in tournament football there is no thing as pre-football. Every team is aware of the risk, and when there's so much to lose, one loss and you have the tournament, of course teams are going to be more they're going to be more cautious. Some of the passes they're going to make, they're not going to make it as maybe they would make at club level. But when you're playing with so much pressure, these flipping 5-yard passes that I remember Rio Ferdinand talking about, these simple passes suddenly look like it's 30-yard passes. So that's the pressure that comes with it, and all that England need to do is just win the games. I know it's not as simple as that, but honestly, we have the players, and Gareth Southgate just needs to make sure the top players are in a position where they can perform, and that just means give them the platform to perform, like we did yesterday. I think, like we did today. That 5 at the back gives the platform for the likes of Foden, for the likes of Bellingham, Saka, Kane if he's playing up front, to perform, because they know that the defense is aware. There's a good structural defense at the back. But yeah. In terms of what other stuff, I think another good thing about Southgate today, I think he made good substitutions. I think the likes of the introduction of Ivan Toney, Trent, even that, I don't know why Trent is not able to get more minutes. The guy's coming on with like 5 minutes to go. This is a world-class right back, and he's coming on with 5 minutes to go. Who else was there? Toney, I believe he should have come on earlier. Harry Kane, I don't think he had the best of games. And I think Toney, he offers something different. For me, one thing about England, we seem to play with a lot of crosses, and for me, I've always said that Ivan Toney is one of the best players when it comes to heading. So if you're going to play that way, with the crossing, nothing against it, but then play the players who are good for that, which is Ivan Toney. This guy does not lose a header, so if you're going to play with the crossing, play with the likes of Ivan Toney, tall up big striker, and who can finish as well. It goes to penalties. By the way, big credit to Pickford, and England are slowly overcoming, you know, that penalty, what would you call it, penalty jinx, penalty voodoo. Of course, we had a long history of always losing on penalties, but it looks like this new generation of players are slowly beating that, you know, the allegation or whatever. And all the penalties, by the way, my top penalties, Trent's penalty, Ivan Toney. Go watch Ivan Toney's penalty if you haven't. I mean, if you have, you probably have already watched it, but watch that penalty again. Guy does not look at the goalkeeper the ball once. What a penalty. Saka's penalty, another good penalty. Trent, of course, with the winner, and I'm happy Trent got the winner, because I feel like he's a player that deserves, you know, doesn't deserve to be on the bench. He deserves to be a player that is playing for England. But yeah, look, we're in the semi-finals right now. At the time of recording, Turkey are beating Netherlands. For me, it doesn't matter who England get in that semi-final, Turkey or Netherlands. I am sure that we are going to beat them. Like I said, and I stay adamant on it, England will probably reach the finals. Whether we win or not, that'll be a video for another day. But for me, I've always said it, England will reach the finals. I just believe there's something about the team where even we're not playing too well and we're still able to get the win. And for me, that's the number one thing about tournament football. You need to be able to win without playing well. You don't have to play well for the 90 minutes. Just when the moments come, make sure you capitalize and make sure you give your best players a platform to perform. And that's exactly what's happening with this England team. And our top players are performing. Today, Jude Bellingham didn't perform, but Saka stepped up. And that's why we need to carry on with this England team. But so good news, we are reaching to the semi-final. When we do reach to the semis, closer to it, I will make another video giving my thoughts and my opinion on it. But yeah, let me know in the comments who your man of the match was. Yeah, and let me know if you think England are going to reach the final as confident as I am. Yeah, like the video, subscribe if you're new, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.